Okay, how's everyone doing? Good. Okay, I'm going to have you put your screens out of 45 for a second.
Courtesy mode.
Courtesy mode, I forgot that's the term for it, but I was working on their fraction skills, or not fractions, angle skills. That's 45 degrees. You know that? Now you do. Okay. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a little practice session for virtual learning. So here's the thing. You have yet to take your Chromebooks home. This is going to be your first time. On February 19th, you're going to get to take your Chromebooks home. So that way, you can essentially do school from home. Now, what your teacher will include is she's going to probably include some documents for you to work on. She's going to probably include some videos for you to view. And so essentially what ends up happening is you get to take Mrs. Overton home with you. Okay. Now, I don't think she's for that. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do is we have some things that we need to do to your Chromebook. In order for you to have these videos and these files and everything ready to go so that way you can access them offline and not have to worry about internet and not have to worry about, well, if you have internet, not have to worry about going out. Has that ever happened to you before when you've been at home and the internet stops working?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Oh, I saw a moan. Yes, it's annoying when that happens. But you know what? Here's the thing, is that you might need to be able to access your work, but might not be able to do it unless we do these steps. Okay, so what your teacher will do is she has a Mrs. O's virtual learning day. She has a specific place that she has shared with you in Google Classroom so that way she can put her assignments there. And you'll go to them just like you always have done. The difference is that we need to be able to find them so that way you can get to them without the internet. So here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to go ahead and set up an assignment for you. I created a little task for you to try. So I'm going to create an assignment. I don't know if you've ever seen this side before. I'm sure Mrs. Overton's done this before you. Okay. Okay, fractions on slides. That's what I'm going to call it, fractions on slides. And I'm going to find my video, and I also have a slideshow all attached on this. Unfortunately, it's right there at the beginning. So I'm going to attach my video. Then I'm going to find the slideshow. Maybe. Actually, it's not moving too bad. Here we go. I've added them. And then what Mrs. Overton has to remember to do is to have each one set as make a copy. Okay? I'm sure she already knows that, but I'm just making sure she does. Because if I don't say make a copy for all of you, you don't get a copy of it. We want you to have a copy of it, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and assign it. Then on your Chromebook, what will happen, and it might take a little bit of time to load because we're talking about a video here. But on your Chromebook, what will happen is you'll be able to get this assignment. So go ahead and go into Google Classroom. You might have to press on, there might be a show button down here on the bottom left, or you might have to just refresh your screen. Either one will work. And when that happens, then what will happen is you'll get to the assignment that I just created for you. Now, what I need you to do is just give me a thumbs up if you see the assignment. Now, the other thing that will happen is when you click on the assignment, it might take a little time to load because I just uploaded it. It might just spin quite a bit until it finally loads. So once you see my assignment, and I can see my friends here, he has one that says fractions on slides. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do, buddy? Do you want to be my helper? Okay, I'm going to have you bring your Chromebook up here. And we're going to plug it in. We're going to plug it right here in the back. So that way all your classmates can see you do your work. Is that what you want? I was just kidding, but okay. If that's what you really want, no, we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is we're going to have the whole class see how to find your virtual learning stuff. So that way we can get to it later. Okay. What's your name again, sir?
Landon.
Landon. All right. I almost named my son Landon. It's close, very close. All right, so here's what we're going to do. He's going to need to first open up the assignment. So you're going to do the same thing, just like you always do. So go ahead and click on the assignment, Landon. Okay, so he's got it open, and now he can see that there's a video, and he can see that there's a Google Slides. Can you tell the difference between the two?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a thumbs up if you know the difference. Okay, now here's what's kind of funny. With your Chromebook, Google Slides is automatically saving on your Chromebook, but your video does not. So we're going to have to do some extra steps with that video, okay? First things first, all he has to do to get these available so he can take, well, today he gets to take me home. Normally he would take Mrs. Overton home. For him to take his teacher home, all he has to do is click on it. It'll pop up with a tab, just like when you do an assignment in class. All he has to do is open it, and he can close out of it right away. So as soon as he opens it, he can click on the tab, close it out, open the next one. It'll open in a tab, and he can close it out. Once he's done that, it's going to be in his classroom folder on his Chromebook. That's all he has to do is open them. So go ahead and do that. He's going to click on one. It's going to pop up with the tab. He can hit the X. Go ahead, hit the X. Click on the other one. Hit the X.
Why do we have to open it?
Go ahead and do that. So you have to open it so it goes to your classroom folder. How Google Classroom works is it doesn't think it should go in your folder until you've clicked on it. So what you're doing is you're telling Google, hey, I want this. I want it on my Chromebook. That's what you're doing. Okay? All right. Everyone give me a thumbs up if you did that. If you clicked on both of them, had the tabs pop up, and clicked on the X to knock them out. Did you do that? Everybody? No? Still waiting on a few?
Check.
Check. Yep. All you have to do is open it and close it. You don't even have to let it fully load. You just need to let Google know that you need it. That's it. Okay, now, the next thing we're going to do is if you don't have internet, the tricky part is that you can't get to Google Classroom very well if you don't have internet, can you? Nope, you can't. So I'm going to show you how to make sure that you can get to your stuff without the internet. So on your Chromebook, he's going to press on the launcher. Do you guys remember what the launcher is? Yes, very good. It's the magnifying glass. He's going to press on it. Thank you, Landon. And he's going to go over here where it says All Apps. And he's going to find one that says Files, and he's going to click on it. Okay? Once he goes to Files, it's going to open up and it's going to show his downloads folder. Does everyone see how their downloads is like blue? See how it's blue? That means that's what you're in right now. Now, how many of you knew you had this Files app? How many of you, this is brand new? You've never seen the Files app before. Okay, well, it's there. And you know what we're going to do to make it even easier so you don't have to go searching for it? We're going to pin it to your shelf down here. So that way you can save some time. Does anyone remember how to pin it to your shelf? I remember we talked about it a long time ago when I visited you in the first month of school. How do you get a menu? Do you remember that? What buttons, how do you get a menu on your Chromebook? Do you remember?
Double click.
Well, he's close, not a double click because that opens things up. How do you get a menu to pop up? Do you remember?
You right click.
Yes, it is a right click. I can tell that we have a PC user teacher. It is a 2-finger click, which is the same thing as a right click. You do 2 fingers at the same time. So Landon, do 2 fingers at the same time on your file folder down here. And when he does that, he's going to get a menu. 2 fingers. Click. There it is. And there's a button that says pin. And he's going to click on the pin. Very good job. And now it's going to always be there until he unpins it. Now, the reason we did that is because now you don't even have to go to your launcher and find your Files app, do you? Because watch what happens when Landon closes out. Go ahead, Landon. We won't have to do this again. This is just a one-time deal. Now it's down there. He doesn't have to go finding it. Isn't that nice? Oh, okay. Go ahead, Landon. You can open it back up. It's down there now.
No, it's not.
You're doing a fantastic job, by the way. Okay, now, in our Files app, here's what we need to do. In the Files app, we need to find your Google Classroom folder. Did you know you had a Google Classroom folder in Google Drive?
Yes.
Yeah, you actually have a Google Classroom folder. Every time you open something or create a document or create something in there, it goes into your Google Classroom folder. So to find that, here it says My Drive. There's a little arrow. I prefer to use the arrow because then it'll pop down. Go ahead and click on that, Landon. And it'll pop down like this, and then it'll see a classroom. Here's another arrow. The arrow means that there's more folders underneath it. So he's going to click on the arrow beside the classroom folder too. Go ahead. When he does that, it's going to pop down, and it's going to show what?
All the classrooms.
All the classrooms. You have a folder for each classroom. Which one do you think we're going to go into?
Virtual Learning Day.
Yeah, Mrs. O's Virtual Learning Day. Go ahead and click on that one, sir. Now, when he does that, what pops up?
The slides.
The slides and the
Video.
video. Pretty nifty, huh? So that's how you actually get to your things without even going to Google Classroom. Did you know you could do that?
Whoa.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we have one more step that we need to take. And that is to make sure that they work offline. Now, right now, what I want you to do, and Landon, you'll do this too, I want you to do the 2-finger click on the one that says Fractions on Slides. It's the Google Slides one, the one with the orange slide. Okay, do you have a menu up like that?
Yes.
Okay, now, I want you to keep your menu up on your screen, and I'm going to have Landon here do the 2-finger click to the video, because I want you to see what his screen looks like when he does this. Okay, now, I want you to compare what you have on your screen with the menu on Fractions on Slides and what is happening with his screen on the video. What do you see as different? Maybe whisper to your neighbor. What do you see as different? Is there a difference in the menus? Okay, do you see the difference?
Yes.
Okay, what's the difference, everybody? Yes?
It says video player, not one, and ours says slides.
Oh, there's something else. Yeah, that's true. It does say video player versus slides, but there's something else that's completely different. Yes?
It says under video player, able offline.
Available offline. Everyone read that.
Available offline.
Now, Google Slides doesn't have that on there.
Share.
Because what did I say earlier about Google Slides? You don't have to have internet for Google Slides. It automatically saves on your Chromebook. But videos do not. So because it's a video, we need to make it available offline. So everyone needs to do the 2-finger click on the video and get the menu up. And Landon here is going to click on the words available offline. Go ahead and do that.
You want us to?
Yep. Now, to check and make sure that you did it right, if he does a 2-finger click on Fractions on Slides, the video, go ahead and do that. If he does the 2-finger click on the video, then I'll actually have a check mark.
No.
Was that check mark there before? No. So what is happening there is as soon as you click on that, it is sucking right into your Chromebook, and it's going to be right there on the Chromebook so that way you can get to it without internet. So now all Landon has to do when he needs to do his assignments is he just needs to go to his files and see his documents and see his videos that he needs in order to complete an assignment. Okay? Hey, somebody opened my video. It's okay, you can close out of it. It's all good. Accidents happen. I think you did a 1-finger click instead of a 2-finger click. It's all right. What we're going to do now is we're going to pretend. We're going to flash into the future here. Okay? We're not going to ride on a flying DeLorean though. Okay? Yeah. Only the teachers usually get that one. Although I did have some students yesterday actually get that. But anyone see Back to the Future before?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you've seen Back to the Future, you know what I'm talking about with a flying DeLorean.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go. What we're going to do is we're going to go to February 18th. And the reason why we're going to go to February 18th is because what happens on the 19th?
You take your Chromebook.
You have your Chromebook home. Okay. And that's when you're supposed to do your work. So I'm going to be Mrs. Overton for a little bit. And I know that's really scary, but try and use your imagination. Okay? I'm going to be Mrs. Overton for a little bit. And what you're going to do is we're going to pretend that you're getting ready for virtual learning. So everyone, go ahead and close out of your files. And I don't want you to actually click on them. Everyone say that. Do not click on them.
Do not click on them.
We are going to pretend. Everyone say that.
We are going to pretend.
So when I go into Mrs. Overton mode here in a little bit, I don't want you to actually click on them. I want you to pretend you did. Okay? Because otherwise you'll have 2 videos and 2 slideshows in your classroom folder, and we don't need extras, okay? Got it? So are you going to click on them actually?
No.
We are going to
Pretend.
pretend. Very good. Okay, here we go. Hi class, how's everyone doing today? Hi y'all, how you doing? I can't quite get a southern twang with high-pitched voice. All right, now, what y'all got to do is you have to click on all your documents in Google Classroom. Go ahead and do that now. Remember, just pretend. Okay, now you need to find your Files app. Go to Files. We need to make all your files offline. Okay, go to My Drive. Go to Classroom.
Try not to laugh.
Double click. No, not 2-finger click. Double click.
I accidentally clicked share. When did it done?
Then go to Mrs. O's Virtual Learning Day and make sure that your videos are offline. Give me a thumbs up once you've done it. If your videos are offline, say howdy, y'all.
Howdy,
This is Mr. Yoder.
That's a 1-finger click instead of a 2. All right, go ahead and close out. Close out of Chrome. And close the lids. Now we're ready to go home. Okay, now we're going to pretend that your seat is your home. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pretend that this is a virtual learning day. So I have a video on there. You're going to start with the video. I would have gone, if I were Mrs. Overton, I would have gone through more directions. I would have talked specifically about all those things, okay? But for time's sake, what we're going to do here is you're going to watch the video first, and then you'll do the activity. And you are going to need those slides for the activity. Listen very carefully. I give you exactly what you're supposed to do in the video. And so if you don't know what to do can you raise your hand when you're at home with your Chromebook? No, you can't. There you go. You watch the video. If you don't know what to do, what should you do? Yeah, go back to the video. And do you have to watch the whole thing? No. You should watch the whole thing the first time, but after that, you can move it exactly where you need it to find your answer key. Okay? So, you guys ready to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're at home. You open up your Chromebooks, and let's see. Oh, you're going to need headphones because we're in here, but at home, you don't need headphones. You're going to need headphones if you can. Go ahead and open your Chromebooks, find your video in your Files app, and let's see if you can do it. Okay.